We did it, we feel good. We're sailing. Kate's dad dropped us off at South Station and we're on our way to New Haven right now, and then we will be taking an Uber. We made it! It's pretty late. Now we are just figuring out where we are gonna sleep.
And turns out we're V-Birth people.
Thank you. So this is our first night on the boat. We're so special.
Excited. Yeah, it's been a long day.
We're going to bed.
An awesome first night on the boat, and now Wes and I are gonna head out and get a little cup of coffee or something before we sail for the day.
Oh yeah. We are just about to launch our maiden voyage. We're just getting the boat going. We don't know how everything works at all. We don't even know how to reef the sail yet. And
but we'll figure it out.
Alright, tell me how we're doing up there. Watch our bow. Hold off the pole if you can. Hold off the pole if you can. Alright, we're doing it good. First time off the dock. We're trying to put the main up, and the battens were getting caught into the lazy jacks. Alright, we're going up. Pushing the point of braking and getting really stuck in there. We're making good time. We're pushing 4.5 knots. We're also trying to get to our destination tonight.
Getting a feel for things. We also haven't been able to turn on any of the instruments.
Yeah.
So we're not trying to like go flying
go crazy.
Into anything.
We're trying to do the best we can out here. Right? We're getting acquainted with the boat. This is our main form of GPS right here. It's actually a rather nice GPS. Goes off of AA batteries too. We're also using Navionics as well on our iPhones. It's good to have a multitude. We also have a paper chart of Long Island Sound.
It is lunchtime.
Yeah!
So I brought some ripe avocados, and then I put together some spices. This onion, we're gonna have guacamole.
We officially dropped anchor, and this is our first night on the hook on the new boat. There's probably a better location right on the other side of Westbrook Harbor, kind of in between Duck Island and Westbrook. There's a bunch of boats anchored over there. But we're set on here for the night, and feeling pretty good about it. The polenta is coming along well. Yeah, we don't have our propane stove hooked up yet, so this whole camping stove is what we'll have to deal with for now.
It's better than the camping stove we had the first time around.
We're not like the most prepared right now to be fully living on this boat, but you know, we're kind of just like grunting it out. Oh, and today we found out that the autopilot doesn't even work, so we've been back to hand steering. just gotten up and we have awoken to a beautiful view. It's nice and calm right now, but last night it was real rocky and rolly. Every now and then the boat would just make this, and then the mast would make like a, so you never know that right now because of how beautiful and calm it is. The sail is finally up. Success. We even figured out how to reef it. So we have one reef in right now. How you feeling?
Good.
Feeling good?
I'm happy. We're moving so much faster.
So we made the call. We are gonna be staying at Block Island tonight. We've never been to Block Island, but we're going there on the 4th of July. So Block Island's got some crazy entrance, it looks like. Some thin channel surrounded by land. Probably protected. I've heard the holding sack. Maybe potentially fallback $60 mooring, balling out. Maybe we'll just drop anchor in some deep water. See how it goes. We'll have to see how crowded it is.
We just anchored here in Block Island and I just heated up some chili for us and realized I forgot to bring bowls, so we're going to be eating it out of the pot tonight.
We're going caveman style. Block Island was probably the worst idea. We couldn't even find a good spot to anchor. We had to anchor in 50 feet of water. Getting the stink eye everywhere where you tried to anchor. You know the deal.
Actually, our neighbors right here are Salties, and we're gonna go hang out with them later.
Dip. How was it?
Let's go.
Yeah, so this is the anchorage. Real crowded. Hooked it up with the beer.
I got a couple of bucks change.
Dude, don't worry about it. You want to drink a couple beers later?
I was gonna invite you back to us.
Alright, we just woke up. We swung way too close to this Beneteau right here. I think it's a really weird swing because it's so calm right now. Fending off.
Not happy.
Touching the bow of this Beneteau while I was pulling in the anchor road. But yeah, good thing we woke up. Every now and then you just come across something floating in the water and you wonder what the heck it is. Looks like
That's like a kid's water table.
kids. So we have just entered Buzzards Bay. This is Cuddy Hunk right over here. So today's been mostly very moderate day. Flat calm seas. The wind just picked up and we've had the main up. We've been doing one reef in the main all the time because we're still a little timid with this boat, and we also know how fast things can change out here. We're gonna be staying in Hadley Harbor. Everyone should remember Hadley Harbor. We're gonna be returning to a familiar location. All right, so here we are. We just arrived in Hadley Harbor, and
Show them the Freedom 32.
And we're anchored next to the only other sailboat here, and it's also a Freedom 32 as well. Look at that. Doesn't get more freedom than that. 4th of July, 2 freedoms.
He came by. His name is Mike, and his wife is Judy. They came over, or Mike came over and invited us over to check out his Freedom 32. They made a ton of adjustments to it, so We're gonna get some ideas.
We haven't miraculously appeared bowls out of nowhere.
So I still don't have any bowls, so we're eating pasta with pesto sauce.
Where'd this dinghy come from? Huh?
We made a friend.
The friends over there on the Freedom 32 let us borrow their dinghy to take Lola for a little walk on shore.
So nice. I wasn't expecting to be able to stretch my legs.
I know. I think this is the first time we've actually been on land since we left Milford.
Yeah.
No joke, this
What,
is.
3 days?
Yeah, this is the first time we've touched
2
land.
days?
3 days. This is the 3rd day. Yeah, we were anchored right over, or actually we picked up one of the free moorings for that long time we were here.
I know, I remember that. This was our first anchorage on the whole, like, ever.
Checking her for ticks. I'm back in the dinghy. Just got on here on the friend's boat and we're checking out their Freedom 32.
It just happened we were here.
Mike let us borrow his dinghy again and we just took Lola to shore and we're just gonna check out some of their features that they did to their boat. Alright, so we're finally underway again. We are trying to make the Cape Cod Canal as soon as we can, and we had some issues pulling up the anchor right there. The windlass has gotten jammed for about the 3rd time. Now we got a jammed chain in the windlass. I don't even know how to take it out without even breaking it. Yeah, so as of right now, we have to use our backup anchor as just our emergency anchor, have that on the ready. We're picking up a mooring tonight, so it's a good thing that we don't need the anchor tonight, and we also have a mooring for our final destination as well.
1713 West, meantime, the Coast Guard received a report of 2 sailing vessels on fire at the north end of Lagoon Pond, Martha's Vineyard.
You can definitely see it.
Everyone's okay.
Okay.
We have just reached the end of the Cape Cod Canal and we are on our way to Scituate. Woo! Woo! Actually, what's going on is that the RPMs on our engine, we have a Yanmar 3GM and it's creeping down. So, slowly dropping in RPMs. We'll turn her up to about 2,400 RPM and then about 15-30 minutes later it'll creep all the way back down to 2,000 RPM. If you know anything about this, please comment it below because most likely we will still be tackling this problem right now in real time because we'll probably upload this video pretty close to real time. And yeah, follow our Instagrams, our Twitter and whatever, and you can get more real time to see how these videos sync up with all of our other social media because we post our Twitter, Instagram stories on the spot. The creeping of the RPMs was a little bit concerning, especially entering that Cape Cod Canal. We would not want to have an engine failure especially with all those huge boats coming through. We'll probably be putting up the sail right now. There's a bunch of chain on the deck still. I tried to hank that as best as possible. Dealing with little problems. Great. Stay. Head a little bit towards the wind. I think that's reef 2 that's causing this. Yep, it was reef 2. What the? We did it! We did it! We just successfully put the main up. That was quite the process. Never force it, so if you feel like it's jammed, you want to stop and check it out, because if you force it, you could rip your sail. Just throwing that out there. We've got pretty light winds, I would say. We actually want to get to our destination before sunset, so we are motor sailing for all of you out there who are
Want to get a good dinner.
We did it. We feel good. We feel so much better. We're sailing. These are the last like 8 nautical miles. The sun has just about set. We're about to lose all of our daylight. We have a little bit of a minefield of lobster pots we're heading through and no big spotlight. I was hoping we were gonna arrive at Situate before dusk, and it does not.
It's not happening. But I think we're gonna make it in time for a pizza. My dad called ahead and got us one.
So we have cheese pizza waiting for us and probably a nice bed tonight. Kate's gonna have to go on the bow and look for lobster pots with her own 2 eyes.
Just unreal.
We did it. We still got one more day to haul tomorrow. It's a little morale booster right now.
We made it. Let's do a pizza cheers.
Hello, friend. We still got to bring the boat back from Situate to Hull. We definitely wanted to choose Kate's bed and all the pizza that we had over just staying on the boat with sleeping bags and boat cushions.
Yeah, and no cold water or anything.
Yeah, and the boat's still real dirty if you haven't, you know, already gandered from our, just picked it up out of a boat yard and they rigged it up for us.
My dad picked us up last night and he's like, oh, Lola, you need a bath. And we were like,
That's us.
That's definitely us.
We're going 23 knots. We're making good speed to the boat.
Yeah, right there.
Before just carelessly starting up the engine on a whim, I always like to open up the engine compartment and check a few things first to make sure everything's looking right. You always check the oil, you look at the fuel filter, see if there's any debris. I also always check the tension on these belts. See, this one looks good, and then went over here. Whoa, look at that. That thing definitely could be slipping. So we definitely don't want to just be running this all the way to Hull with that slipping, because that's the water pump, I believe, and that's what cools the engine. So it's pretty vital. So. Good job, squad.
We made it to Boston Harbor.
We made it. Yeah, we'll practice our sailing skills. We'll put her in neutral or turn the engine off. Either one. Just sail.
Put the main up.
Put the main up. Our engine is in neutral. We can shut it off, but don't feel like shutting it off. Yeah, we want to charge your phone too. Feeling good. Boat's moving well.
It really is comfortable.
Feeling good.
So this is going to be it for the next couple months until, I guess, the end of August when we head south. Can't believe it.